All right, so we're going to be doing the water pressure test in the drain pipe. First thing is I've got this 4-inch test ball, this guy right here, and what we do is we put it down in the drain and we inflate it, and it plugs the pipe, and then we will fill this entire system with water, basically up to the toilet on the second floor. I'm not going to pull the toilet and put a plug on the hole, but we'll bring it up to the flood rim of the toilet, and then we'll let it sit 15 minutes and check for any leaks, and that'll be sufficient. So here we go. This ring right here will keep it from washing down the main sewer line once we release the pressure. So now we've got this, we got some air. We're just going to inflate it. Thinking that's good enough. I think it's supposed to be 35 psi, but I'm not gonna run out and grab my gauge. I'm just gonna try it first. So first I'm gonna fill up this utility sink, and I want to make sure no water is coming through the floor drain. I've got a backflow preventer, one of these little balls, so that ball should keep any water from coming back. We'll check that, and then we'll make sure there's no water getting past this test ball. And once we get to that point, then we know we're sealed off and we'll continue on. But I want to see water come up in the sink, and then we will plug it with this plug and move up to the upstairs. But here's kind of how we're just going to start it off. This will put water in the pipes and we'll slowly fill it up. And looks like I got a little bit leaking past. So we're gonna add some water, add some air until that shuts off. Looks like we're sealed up. I want to make sure water is coming up from the ceiling. Alright, well, there's no water getting past the test ball. So I'm gonna plug the sink. And the sink is filling up. We got a couple inches of water, so I'm guessing the water is up to that level in the pipes. So we've got our plug in the sink. Backflow preventer there, the 4-inch test ball is sealed pretty good. We got this cap. Got Teflon tape on it. So there should be no leaking anywhere. Oh shit, that's right. Water will leak into that, but that'll catch it. Okay, we're good. So let's go upstairs. This is gonna be tricky because we're gonna have to flush the toilet to fill it. So we've got a cap on the shower drain, cap on the toilet, cap on the sink, cap on the other sink. So we're plugged everywhere. And we're plugged on this sink, plugged on the tub. The only place that's not plugged is the toilet, but we're not going to raise it up past the, hopefully not past the toilet rim. So basically all these pipes will get filled probably up to this level here, and then we'll let it sit for a while. Just run water. Keep on running water. Probably flush it a few times, then I'll go back and down to the basement and just make sure that everything's good to go. This test is also dependent on the wax ring having a perfect seal, because that pipe will be filled with water, the toilet will be filled with water up through the trapway and back to the bowl. So I'll find out if my wax ring is good too. Twice. Now I'm gonna let that fill up. I'm gonna go downstairs and just check on everything, make sure there's no surprises. Alright. Let's see. This is not filling anymore. I don't quite understand why this isn't coming back. You can actually hear the water. It feels pretty solid up to here. Yeah, I can kind of hear it coming down this sweep, this TY combo here. And this vent sounds like it's full too. To this level. So I'm gonna get back to flushing the toilet some more. You can almost hear the pipes filling with water. I heard something. Sometimes when once the water gets up to a certain point, like say here, it'll start spilling over into this vent pipe. So I'm gonna have a bunch more to fill up. Goes down here all the way down to the laundry area. So it'll have to fill up that whole 2-inch section. Go down the basement, double check stuff. Make sure there's no water leaking anywhere. You can feel that pipe's getting heavy. That thing's mostly filled with water. That's filled with water. Well, we're getting pretty damn close. Let's go check the basement. Yep. So floor drain. Yep. So this is gonna try and back up. Good. So we got the ball covering it. That there. Now what do we got here? So we got a little bit of leak here where the Teflon tape is. So that'll just have to get tightened up, but that's not a big deal. Main thing is we don't want any leaks where we have glued joints, because then that means we got a faulty glue joint. Otherwise it looks pretty good. Go back up and keep filling the system. Yeah, she's getting pretty full. Two inches away from flooding, so our water level is about at that level. So we're probably somewhere about here. So we've basically covered every glue joint is completely submersed in water right now. The only ones that might not be would be maybe up to here. These might not be completely submerged. And these vent 90s right here, the water's not up to that level. I mean, everything's pretty good. Same with these. These are not completely submersed, but those will always have air in them. This is like an extreme case scenario. I mean, if you're back, oh shit, yep, my wax ring. I'm gonna have to redo that. So, alright, so we're gonna do we're gonna go through and check all these pipes. I do have, my wax ring is leaking a little bit, but I'll be pulling the toilet anyways when I put flooring down here, so at that point I'm gonna put a new wax ring anyways. So I'll address that when I do the floor. But we're basically looking at glue joints. We want to make sure there's no leaks anywhere. So we'll start back over here where the tub is gonna be. See nothing. The vent. Don't see nothing there. Oh, this stuff looks good. Dry. upstairs. Looks dry. Dry as can be. Not a drip of water anywhere so far. Shower, vent. Backside. All right. No drips, no drops. No water on the floor. I think we'll head to the basement after I check the laundry. Check the back side of that. We are solid. Floor drain's trying to come up. Oh yeah, it's coming up through the plug a little bit, so we'll have to hurry this up. Alright. That plug usually is fairly watertight. It's a backflow preventer. If you've got if your main drain is plugged, it's designed to prevent all the water from backing up the floor drain. So I don't see any drips or drops. Try to get this camera in as far as I can. So basically I've already gone through this test once before I hooked up the toilet, just because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to have any problems. So this time here I'm just kind of videotaping it, but I have gone through this entire system because I wasn't going to put down the subfloor and then find out I had a leak. So I've already went through it once, but this time is just so I can get it on video. But so if I'm going a little faster than normal, it's because I've already went through this before. So I am calling that good. No water anywhere. Like I said right here, I just got a little bit, but that's the Teflon tape. You can see the drop right there. It's nothing to do with any glue joint. And even so, that's a small leak with the system completely full of water all the way up to the second level, which it's never going to be like that unless it's an extreme case. And you'll have worse problems than a little bit of water leaking there if your plumbing's backed up that far. So that'll be the least of your concerns, is a little Teflon tape. But still got to go through the process to make sure everything's good. Alright, now the fun part. We get to deflate the ball and watch this entire system drain through the floor. Hopefully I don't get too much water on the floor, but we'll see. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to give you a little better vantage point. A little closer up to the action. Here we go. Oh boy. There you go. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, it was a little bit of a shower. Wow. Oh wow. That was fun. Good God. Here's the utility sink. So basically what happened there is you've got about 20 feet of water in those pipes, so it's about 27.7 inches of water equals 1 psi. So if you do the math, roughly 20 feet, you've got almost 10 pounds psi of water. So that's a fair amount of pressure. And you've got this test ball in there, and when I started to deflate it, it actually slid down and blocked the opening going down to the sewer. So now you've got 20 feet of water at 10 psi, and it's trying to get out of those pipes, and now you've got a clear opening right here, and it just shot up like a geyser. But not a big deal. I mean, I probably let out a little too much air a little quicker than I should have. I should have just let it out just enough so I could see the water slowly trickling by and the plug wasn't coming dislodged, and then I should have just left it at that, let it slowly drain. But whatever, we got a little shower, cleaned everything up. I'll get the fan on it and dry this thing out. But other than that, the water test is complete.